Okay, number 7. Number 7 says simplify negative 10 to the third power times negative 10 to the fourth power. When you look at this, you automatically know, okay, this is product rule. But I also want to remind you of, think of it as a little unseen one here. So this could be really looked at as a power rule and a product rule when you think about it. So yes, you are just really just adding the exponents here. It's just 1, and you know 3 times 1 is 3, 4 times 1 is 4, and of course you would just be doing a regular product rule. But from a mathematical standpoint, I want you to understand what is going on here. And it still technically counts as a power rule. Technically, I could rewrite this as negative 10 to the third power times negative 10 to the fourth power, like that. They mean the same thing, basically. Okay, so as we know with the product rule, and let's write it down. Product. Ooh, look at that handwriting. Okay, now I can't even let that slide. Let me go ahead and fix that real quick. And that didn't get any better, but you get what I'm saying. A to the M times A to the N equals A to the M plus N. Alright, when we have two exponents at the same base, and you're multiplying these exponents, you want to add the powers. Okay, so that's what we will do. So let's go ahead and finish this one up really quickly, because this is a super easy one and you already get this by now. Negative 10, we have 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is what? 7. So you have negative 10 to the 7th power. Negative 10 to the 7th power. And for these answer choices with this one, they did have answer choices that were in exponent form, so you didn't have to worry about simplifying this any further. Which of the following is an equivalent representation of 3 to the negative third power? Which of the following is the equivalent representation of 3 to the negative third power? So what kind of rule is going on? You see a negative, so you already know that is the negative. Ooh, my handwriting tonight is terrible. Negative rule. So the negative rule states when you have a number to the negative power, you put a 1 over that base and change the power to a positive. So that's what we need to do. We have 3 to the negative third power, and so we change it. That is all we are doing. We're putting that 1 over it, putting 3 to the third power, and unfortunately, this is one of those problems that did not have the answer choice as an exponent. They did not have the answer choice as an exponent. So we have to do what? We have to simplify 3 to the third power. So 3 to the third power equals 3 times 3. Okay. Times 3. Okay. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is what? 27. So 3 to the third power equals 27. 3 to the third power equals 27. So we know that 3 to the third power equals 27. So if we want to simplify this, we will write 1 over 3, and 3 to the third power equals 27. So for this problem, the equivalent expression to 3 to the negative third power will be 1 over 27. Alright, number 9. was simplify 8 to the second power times 8 to the third power times 8 to the third power. This is what the product rule, and the product rule says what? You have a to the n power times a to the n power. You must do what? We must add the exponent plus n, okay? A to the n power times a to the n power equals a to the n plus n. So that's what we have to do. We have to add our exponents. So let's get to adding. You have 8. You have 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 plus 3. Okay? So you have 2 plus 3 plus 3. In case you are lost to where I'm getting these numbers from. Alright, 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is what? 8. So when we write this answer, we have 8 to the 8th power. 8 to the 8th power. That is how we simplify that problem. And the answer choices give us a single exponent answer choices. So we do not have to simplify any further. Alright, number 10, the final question from our quiz that we had on exponents. It says simplify the following expression: 5 to the negative 8th power times 5 to the 4th power. Of course, we know when we have the product rule. What does the product rule says? You guys should know it by now from watching all these videos. Product says a to the m times a to the n equals a m plus n. So we must do what? We must add the exponents when we have, I'm sorry, not add the exponents. We must add the powers when we have exponents that are being multiplied. So we have 5 to the negative 8 plus 4 power. Alright, so we are adding the powers. Alright, so we have this base. We have our negative 8 plus 4 because we have a power of negative 8. We have a power of 4. Negative 8 plus 4 is what? Remember that we have a negative and a positive number. We have a negative and positive number, so we need to subtract these numbers right here. So that means the answer would be what? Negative 4. Now, of course, we can't leave it like this, so now this turns into the negative rule for our powers. And what does it say? When we have an exponent with a negative power, you need to put a 1 over that number and change the power to positive. So that's what we would do. We would put a 1 over 5 and change it to positive. Of course, this is another one where it did not give us the answer choice in a simple form like this, so we have to simplify further. That means we have to do 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, because that equals 5 to the 4th power. Like I said before, you know, this is some math you can do on your own, but the answer to this would be 625. 625 will equal 5 to the 4th power, so we can write this as 1 over 625 as our final answer.